First, about introduction, we describe quantitative research on the study of hospitality SME talent for sustainable entrepreneurship during COVID-19 crisis. Begin by commenting and display the specific purpose of the study to find out during COVID-19 season whether the hospitality of SME is still sustainable, entrepreneurship or decline. Also provide developed research question and state the importance of conducting this study. Second, about problem statement. From our reading, the failure of SME facing challenge in the field they are involved in is due to lack of skill, like lack of strategic planning, experience, and education knowledge. Third, about organization and sector background. First, we explain about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is an important driver of economic growth globally. SME are the engine for economic growth and development. Sevi Ali Eda Erin 218 say, to ensure the industry remains stable, must have four main criteria. It's about innovation, environment, organization, and financial. From the research, more than 70% of the active population and they contribute significant to economic growth and development. Next, about research objective. The overall objective of this study is to examine the relationship between type of hospitality SME talent and sustainable entrepreneurship. First hypothesis is to determine level of talent among hospitality SME during COVID-19 crisis. Second hypothesis is to determine sustainable entrepreneurship practice among hospitality SME during COVID-19 crisis. And the third hypothesis is to examine if relationship exists between talent and sustainable entrepreneurship among hospitality SME during COVID-19 crisis. Next, about research question, we developed three research questions. The first is identify level of talent among hospitality SME during COVID-19 crisis. Second, determine sustainable entrepreneurship practice among hospitality SME during COVID-19 crisis. And the third is relationship exists between level of talent and sustainable entrepreneurship practice among hospitality SME during COVID-19 crisis. Next, about hypothesis. The important variable in this study is type of hospitality SME talent. So we developed three hypotheses. The first is there is a positive and significant relationship between talent and sustainable entrepreneurship among hospitality SME during COVID-19 crisis. Second hypothesis is there is a positive and significant relationship between type of hospitality SME talent and sustainable entrepreneurship. And the third hypothesis is for the level of performance that are whole which the organization from two variable. This hypothesis can change in the situation to solve the problem.
For Chapter 2, Literature Review for Theoretical Framework, our title is Hospitality SME Challenges for Sustainable Entrepreneurship During COVID-19 Crisis. And for the independent variable, is type of hospitality SME challenges. First is multi-criteria decision-making methods. Second is transition to Industry 4.0, that is financial resources. The last is technological. And for the moderating variable, is type of hospitality. For the dependent variable, first innovative product, second innovative service, third production process that alleviate social environment condition. The last is harness renewable resources. For Chapter 3, Methodology, for research design, this study used a descriptive correlative research design. In the process of identifying the gaps, a systematic literature review is done between February 2020 to April 2021 on an epidemic outbreak, and teaching and learning research using appropriate keywords on Scopus, ScienceDirect, Google Scholar. Some relevant industry reports and blogs are also taken to get insight. The research is utilizing descriptive correlational research design. And for the sampling frame, a list of hospitality SMEs will be extracted from the list of MOTEC 2020. And for the population for this study involved all hospitality SMEs, and the sample is a list of 10% from the total population of hospitality SMEs will be extracted from the list of MOTEC 2020. And for the unit of analysis, the unit of analysis for this study is sustainable entrepreneurship. And for the validity and reliability, for validity, first, content validity, the contents will measure the concept. And the second is face validity. Expert will validate that the instrument measure what its name suggests to measure. And for reliability, first is test-retest reliability. The reliability coefficient obtained with a repetition of the same measure on a second occasion, and second is inter-item consistency. The Cronbach coefficient alpha will be used to test the reliability coefficient value. Plan for data analysis. First, from this table is research objective. First, to determine levels of challenges among hospitality SMEs during COVID-19 crisis. Second, to determine sustainable entrepreneurship practices among hospitality SMEs during COVID-19 crisis. Third, to examine if relationship exists between challenges and sustainable entrepreneurship among hospitality SMEs during COVID-19 crisis. Second, from this table is variables. First, type of hospitality SME challenges. Second, sustainable entrepreneurship. Third, type of hospitality. Third, from this table is measurement. First, statement related with levels of challenges among hospitality SMEs during COVID-19 crisis. Second, statement related to the sustainable entrepreneurship practices among hospitality SMEs during COVID-19 crisis. Third, measure relationship exists between challenges and sustainable entrepreneurship among hospitality SMEs during COVID-19 crisis. After that is scale. All in scale is interval, and the last is statistical. From this table is descriptive statistic, mean, median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum skewness, kurtosis, and the third is multiple linear regression, MLR.